Welcome to the HackAware Deep Dive. Today, we're looking into an investment scheme that's been spreading really fast in Sri Lanka. It's called the XTX-XAX program. We've been seeing it all over Facebook, shared by, real people who seem genuinely excited. So we thought, okay, we need to take a closer look at how this actually works.
And the visibility is really the key, isn't it?
Yeah.
What you've got is a system promising these unusually high daily returns on what look like very small deposits. And critically, it rewards you for bringing in new members. For us, that immediately sets off all the classic alarm bells for a Ponzi-style system.
Right. So our mission for this deep dive is, well, pretty straightforward. We're going to explain what XTX-XAX is, break down how their financial plans actually operate behind that slick website.
And then compare its structure directly with how these unsustainable schemes always function. We're basically giving you the red flags to look out for.
Exactly.
And you have to start by just acknowledging the hook. This whole thing is designed to prey on hope. You land on the site, it looks professional, modern.
It's clean.
Very clean.
Yeah.
And they even give you this little 10 rupee registration bonus just to get you in the door.
That first experience is just trust engineering 101, isn't it? You think, okay, 10 rupees, what's that? I'll test it with 500. Yeah. And here's the part that makes it feel so real. The next day, those numbers on your screen, they actually do go up. And if you try to withdraw a tiny amount, it often goes straight through, no problems.
And that's the trap. That is the psychological trap right there. That small, successful withdrawal is the best, most expensive marketing they will ever do. It just lowers your guard immediately. It creates all the confidence they need for you to commit to those much larger, much more dangerous contracts down the line.
Because you trust your own bank account more than any warning.
You do.
Which brings us to the core problem here. The source material shows XTX-XAX uses all these buzzwords like AI trading or digital investment contracts, but when you actually analyze the returns they're promising, the math just doesn't work. Not in any licensed, legitimate financial world. We're talking beyond high risk. This is mathematically impossible.
Yeah, let's get into those numbers because the scale of these promises is truly staggering. They start you off small. Yeah. 10 rupees becomes 15 in just 3 days.
Okay, so a 50% return in 72 hours. Already a huge red flag.
A huge red flag. But look at how it scales.
Give us the big contracts, the ones people are really risking money on.
Okay, so take a mid-range package. A 500 rupee deposit is promised to turn into 4,500 rupees in 90 days.
That's a 9x return.
Already a 9x return. But then you get to the top tiers. If a user puts in 150,000 rupees, the platform promises a return of 1,620,000 rupees in that same 90-day window.
Hold on, wait a second. You're telling me, based on their own advertised math, they are guaranteeing a profit of almost 1.5 million rupees on a 150,000 rupee investment in 3 months.
Precisely. We are talking about a 900 to 1,000% return in a single fiscal quarter. And this isn't, a potential gain. This is sold as a fixed, guaranteed outcome.
If you look at legitimate finance, even the top global hedge funds, the absolute best in the world, they don't get a 10x return in 90 days. It's a fantasy number.
It is.
So what does it mean when a platform guarantees it?
It means the profit isn't coming from any real investment activity. Real returns, they move with the market, with the economy.
Yeah.
They fluctuate. They are never, ever fixed and guaranteed at these levels.
So the guarantee itself is the tell.
It's the biggest warning sign there is. It suggests the money is just being manufactured internally, and the only way to do that is use the cash from the next person who signs up.
Okay, so if the math is impossible, then the system has to rely on really sophisticated psychological tricks. Let's dive into how they build that illusion of safety, the trust engineering.
Well, like we said, the small withdrawals work. That is the absolute foundation of the lie. The operators know they have to pay out tiny amounts early on.
To build confidence.
To build the confidence needed for users to jump to those much, much riskier contracts. It's like a casino giving you a few free chips so you'll put your life savings on the table.
And what about the dashboard? You log in, you see your earnings go up every single day. It's a fixed, predictable pattern. It makes you feel like you're winning.
Because it's completely scripted. It's a performance. That number going up has nothing to do with any real trading or AI. It's just a line of code designed to give you that little rush of success, keep you logged in.
And stop you from pulling your money out.
Exactly. It pushes you to reinvest, to upgrade, not to withdraw.
I want to pause here, though, because this is where a skeptical listener might say, look, if people are still getting paid, if the system is working today, why should I believe you?
And that's a crucial point. People often misunderstand the danger. The risk isn't that the platform might have a bug or might collapse unexpectedly. The collapse is built into the design from day one.
It's not a bug, it's a feature.
It is the entire feature. A Ponzi scheme functions perfectly as long as new money keeps flowing in at an ever-increasing rate to pay the early people.
So it's structured to look successful, using new deposits to cover old debts.
Precisely.
Ah.
But mathematically, that chain has to break. The moment new deposits slow down, the operators can't meet withdrawal requests. And that's when it all stops. Instantly. Everyone gets logged out. The risk is guaranteed by the structure.
Okay, so if we accept that the income is just new deposits, we can start comparing XTX-XAX against the universal blueprint for this kind of fraud. And it matches every single indicator.
We can start with the two big ones, the ones that tie directly back to the math we just talked about.
All right, flag number 1, guaranteed fixed returns.
This is a 100% match. Every single package pays a fixed amount per day. 50 rupees, 80 rupees, whatever. Real investments do not and cannot do that. Markets are volatile. If your return never moves, it's scripted. It's not real.
And that fixed script allows for the second flag, extremely high returns in a short time, that 900% return in 90 days.
That multiplier is the classic signature. It's designed to promise you life-changing wealth in months, not years. Any platform advertising that kind of return without any transparent proof of where the money is coming from is almost certainly just using new users' cash.
Let's talk about legitimacy, or the lack of it. Red flag number 4, no known company, no regulation, no license.
This is the easiest check for any user to make. And it's where XTX-XAX just completely falls apart. There's no company name, no address, no directors, and most importantly for anyone in Sri Lanka, no approval from the central bank.
Zero oversight.
Which means zero accountability when the money disappears.
And that's related to how they communicate, which is red flag number 6. Communication through unofficial channels like Telegram.
Yes. The operators love these closed networks, Telegram, WhatsApp. They create a false sense of community, a little echo chamber of success. And it lets them control everything. They can delete questions, ban dissenters.
And all support is through a Telegram contact.
Right. No official help desk, no phone number, nothing.
Okay, so we've got impossible math and zero oversight. Let's go back to the psychology. Red flag number 3. Early payouts to build trust. We know the small withdrawals work.
Yes, and that is the mechanism that makes red flag number 8 so effective. High pressure to upgrade to bigger packages. They pay you a tiny amount on your first deposit to prove they're real.
But they need you to commit 50,000, 150,000 next.
That's the whole model.
Yeah.
It's designed to scale up your deposits until you are all in and they've extracted the maximum amount of cash from you. The package range goes from 10 rupees all the way up to 350,000.
It's a funnel.
It's a one-way funnel. If their AI trading was actually profitable, they wouldn't need to constantly push existing users to put more money in.
And that leads to the last flag, number 7, no explanation of how profits are generated.
A real investment fund can show you a portfolio. They can give you a trading history. They can prove where the money is. XTX-XAX has none of that. You just buy a contract.
So when they can't tell you where the money comes from.
It means they're just hoping it comes from the person who joins after you.
Yeah.
And that is the textbook definition of a Ponzi scheme.
So when you put it all together, the impossible returns, the lack of regulation, the reliance on new money, the conclusion is, well, it's inescapable. XTX-XAX matches every single major pattern of a fraudulent investment scheme.
Yeah, and it's important to stress the timing here. The platform might still be paying out today, but the structure is fundamentally designed to fail. The clock is ticking.
Okay, so if you're listening to this right now, what should you do? This is our final section, immediate action and final warning.
The advice has to be clear and it has to be urgent. First, if you haven't put money in, do not start. You are betting on an impossible system.
And if you already have money in the system,
your only goal should be capital preservation. You need to withdraw whatever you possibly can right now. Don't be tempted to reinvest. Don't upgrade. Don't compound your so-called earnings. Get your principal out.
Get it out while you still can.
And this is maybe the most important part. Do not invite other people. I know there are referral bonuses, there's pressure.
Yeah.
But when you invite friends or family, you are pulling them into a collapsing structure. You are making yourself legally and morally responsible for their losses.
And no matter what, document everything.
Everything. Take screenshots of your account, keep receipts of every single payment, save chat logs with their support.
Yeah.
That documentation is your only defense if this thing goes down.
What's really concerning here is how these schemes are so perfectly designed to target vulnerable communities.
They are, especially in places like Sri Lanka right now. They're exploiting real financial hardship. When the cost of living is soaring, people are just trying to earn a little extra to support their families, and that makes them vulnerable.
And they wrap it all up in this modern, techie-looking package, these digital contracts and slick websites. It preys on people's hope.
It's a calculated form of digital exploitation. The only real defense is skepticism. It's demanding transparency. Before you trust anyone with your money, you have to ask the hard questions. Who are you? Are you regulated? Where do the profits actually come from?
If it sounds too good to be true.
It is too good to be true. A 10 times return in 90 days is not a high-risk investment. It's a mathematical fiction.
And that's really the core takeaway here. Maintain that curiosity, that skepticism. Your own critical thinking is your best defense. Our mission is just to get these findings out there early and loudly to help you protect yourself from this kind of exploitation. Stay sharp, stay safe, stay hack aware.